So Bradford City have just picked up another 3 points on the road away at Forest Green Rovers. A comfortable 3-0 in the end despite some late red card drama. And in today's video, I'll bring you guys my thoughts and opinions on the game. Now I wanted to do a live stream, but my computer decided to do an update just as I was about to go live. So that was really annoying. So today you have a match reaction. Tomorrow you have the 6 things that we learned. I don't know whether it'll be Frank or Corbin joining me, or it might even be both as well. So make sure to stay tuned for that. But if you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 80 likes on today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We are now on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already, with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in on tonight's win down in the comment section down below. I thought overall pretty comfortable. You know, we got an early goal, doubled our lead just minutes later really, and then they had a few periods where I thought, oh, they might get one back here, but I never really felt fully threatened by Forest Green Rovers, and I thought it was obviously a really comfortable game. We get the third goal right near the end to kill it off. Taylor then unfortunately does see red, but in terms of the lineup then for today's game, we were completely unchanged with the starting 11 and the substitutes from Saturday's 1-0 win over Accrington Stanley. That was Harry Lewis in goal, a back three of Matty Platt, Ash Taylor and Kieran Kelly, with Brad Halliday and Lewis Richards as the wing backs, Richie Smallwood as the holding midfielder with Gilead and Walker just ahead of him, and then Andy Cook and Tyler Smith leading the lineup once more. On the bench then, you had Colin Doyle, Sam Stubbs, Jonathan Tompkinson, Emmanuel Sidibe, Harry Chapman, Clark Adore and Viden Oliver as well. And like I say, we started out the game brilliantly. We're ahead after just 9 minutes. We win a corner. I think originally some good play from Richards, Gilead and Walker as well to win the corner. It is Walker who swings that ball in on the near side, a right-footed in-swinger towards the back post. Ash Taylor, heads it back across goal. Matty Platt's there to head home. He's got his first Bradford City goal last week in the EFL trophy. Tonight he has his first Bradford City League goal as well. And he's a good header, to be fair, from Matty Platt. I think it's well worked, a well worked routine. One clearly straight off the training ground. We did really well to work the space for Ash Taylor to head it back across goal, and that is what Ash Taylor was signed to do: get goals and assists from set pieces. And it's great to see both your centre halves combining from a set piece, because I think so far this season and over the last couple of seasons really, we haven't scored enough goals from set pieces, but especially this year. So it's nice obviously for Matty Platt to get his account up and running for the season. And then we doubled our lead at 12 minutes later through Andy Cook from the spot. It's actually Andy Cook who wins the penalty. He gets inside the area, he's twisting and turning, the defender seems to just fall over. Andy Cook obviously does the smart thing and runs into him and makes it look like he had actually fouled him, but I definitely do believe Cook could have probably stayed on his feet. The penalty was probably a really poor penalty. I think if the keeper goes the other way, he definitely saves it, but he actually went the opposite way to the way he normally goes. Andy Cook normally goes across body. I think the only time he's gone the other way was against, I think it was Stevenage away last season, and then obviously now tonight he did miss a penalty earlier on in the season against Stockport, and then he scored one after that. I think it was against Walsall, and it's nice to see him convert another penalty. While it wasn't the greatest penalty, and Andy Cook's probably feeling very frustrated by the fans at this moment in time. You know, there's rumours that I've seen today on Twitter that he's not celebrating with the fans at the moment because of what happened after the Notts County game, and if that is true, I don't really blame him, because unfortunately there are some people in the fan base who take criticism and abuse just the same, and they're completely not. You know, I've been someone who's criticised Andy Cook this season, but I've never abused him, and you know, he's still one of my favourite players to wear the shirt over the last decade. I really love Andy Cook. I just think at the moment so far this season, he hasn't quite maybe delivered as well as what we thought he would do, despite obviously having a very good campaign. But abuse is obviously just not needed, and it really doesn't help anyone does that. I think you can criticise a player without being abusive for sure, and obviously great for him to get another goal. I think his 8th goal now in all competitions so far this season. 8, 9, I'm not really too sure off the top of my head. We wrap the game up though in the 87th minute through Jamie Walker. I think it's Emmanuel Sidibe on the right hand side, puts a cross into the box. Clark Adore has a shot which I think is blocked by the defender. Jamie Walker is there on hand to stab home for 3-0, celebrates in front of, I think it was Dominic Bernard, the Forest Green centre half, and he was absolutely livid about that. Grabs Walker, I think, by the top of his shirt, really lucky not to see red for that, if I'm honest with you. You know, Walker, well, he maybe shouldn't have done that. You know, it's Jamie Walker at the end of the day, and he's probably done something to wind him up, because you can see as soon as Walker scored, he was looking for him, seeing that he was on the floor, went right up to him, probably said something, and yeah, it all kicked off after that. A few pushes and shoves. Walker got booked. I think their captain actually got booked. I don't think the defender, Dominic Bernard, actually got any sort of punishment for that, which I thought was really bizarre. And then obviously Ash Taylor decides to get himself sent off in the 90th minute. A ball got played forward, and it somehow ended up that their striker was in on goal. Taylor decided to pull him back, boot booted the ball away, and obviously he saw red for that with just minutes left on the clock. Really, you think 3-0 up away from home, why would you do that? And obviously he will get a bit of stick for that, and people will be very happy about that. But I thought tonight was Ash Taylor's best game in a Bradford City shirt. I thought on Saturday he got overpraised quite a lot, and I wasn't really seeing the reasons why he was getting praised so much, but tonight I thought he was really solid in the defence, and he didn't really have many dodgy passes in there. I think maybe 1 or 2 at the absolute maximum. I thought Taylor had a really solid game. So to see it end with a red card, unfortunately, does kind of leave a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth, and obviously he's done it for the sake of the team. Everyone else is going to get their clean sheet bonus, and it means that Taylor now obviously won't be available for selection for next Saturday's game against Salford. Obviously we've got Liverpool's under-21s next Tuesday in the EFL Trophy. No game this Saturday is the FA Cup second round, and obviously we got knocked out in the first round by Wycombe Wanderers. But one thing I do just want to touch on as well is the substitutions made tonight by Graham Alexander were interesting to say the least. Obviously we've already gone through the lineup. The first change of the game then was Emmanuel Sidibe coming on for Tyler Smith in around the 69th, 70th minute, something like that. And when I saw that, I was like, right, maybe a change in shape. At the absolute worst, maybe Walker's going to go up front with Andy Cook. He's previously played there in his career, and Osidibe will go in the midfield. But no, Osidibe played up front today. He came on off the bench with us having a striker in Verdane Oliver on the bench. I thought it was a really bizarre decision from Graham Alexander. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Do you think the striker position is a role that Osidibe could play going forward? Obviously he has a big contribution to play in the third goal. He puts the cross into the box, and then it was our second substitute of the game, Clark Ador, who took the shot, which was blocked before the ball fell into Jamie Walker's path. Tyler Smith came on with around 5 or 6 minutes to go for Andy Cook, so we've literally played strikerless for the last 5 minutes of the game. We had Ador and Osidibe playing as the two strikers. Well, we've got Oliver sat on the bench, you've got Derbyshire and Afoka sat at home. I thought it was a really interesting decision that from Graham Alexander, but it seemed to work. At 2-0 with 5 minutes to go, I feel like we thought the game was done, but I would be interested to know why Alexander didn't decide to bring Oliver on tonight, or even someone like a Harry Chapman. I think it's very clear to see that we all know Harry Chapman is a better player than Osidibe, so maybe he's giving him an opportunity and a chance, because it's not long to go now until that January transfer window does come by. And then obviously our final change of the game, it did see Jamie Walker come off in way for Sam Stubbs once Ash Taylor had seen red. And I'll be interested to know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. The next game that we do play against Salford City in the league anyway, who do you think should replace Ash Taylor? Should it be Sam Stubbs? Should it be Jonathan Tompkinson? Obviously we will have that game in the EFL Trophy to come before then, and it'll be an opportunity maybe for a Tompkinson or Stubbs, or maybe both of them to play in that one alongside potentially Kelly and Platt, both getting at 45 minutes each. But in terms of the statistics from the game then, both sides had 13 shots. We had 4 on target, they had 2 on target. They had 62% of the ball, we had 38% of the ball. They attempted 537 passes, we attempted 427. They had a 75% pass accuracy, and we had a 64% pass accuracy, which I'm quite surprised by that being as high, to be honest with you, because we went very direct tonight. Both teams committed 7 fouls. They picked up 2 yellows, we picked up 2 yellows. They had no reds, we had 1 red card. Both teams had 1 offside each. They had 8 corners, we had 4 corners. And overall for me, I thought we were very solid defensively. It does see us stay 14th in the table. Unfortunately, I was also unable to get a match preview out for this game as well. I can only apologise for that, but fingers crossed my computer will finally fix itself soon. But yeah, we do now find ourselves 5 points off the playoffs, with Gillingham winning their game late on. Gillingham only drawn 1 game all season so far. I think Jake Young scored again tonight as well for Swindon Town, but things are certainly looking much better now. After those back-to-back league wins, we do now find ourselves 11 points above the drop zone, which is obviously very promising for us. If we go through quickly then my overall thoughts on every player, obviously in the 6 things that we learned video that does come out tomorrow, we will go into each of the 6 players more in a little bit more detail. But just briefly for me, starting out with Harry Lewis, I thought overall pretty solid in the game. Didn't really have too much to do, made 1 or 2 pretty decent saves. There was a save towards the end which he had to pull off, and there were a few half chances for his screen, but nothing really clear cut, and I thought Harry Lewis was pretty solid. Into the back 3, Matty Platt, my personal man of the match. I thought he was absolutely fantastic defensively, and obviously scored a goal as well to get us up and running for the night, so he gets my man of the match. Ash Taylor, apart from the red card, I thought very solid, probably his best game in a Bradford City shirt. Kieran Kelly as well, very solid defensively, another clean sheet for us now as well, which is obviously very positive. Brad Halliday, you know what you're going to get with Brad Halliday, outstanding. There were a tackle he made in the first half where they were on the break, and I thought 99% of the time that's where most teams would take a cynical, but Halliday busted a gut to get his challenge absolutely spot on. A brilliant sliding tackle tackle on the halfway line, but one that certainly needed to be made, and it was a brilliant tackle from Brad Halliday, and I thought he was very, very solid again. Left wing back, Lewis Richards, thought again, pretty solid game from him. Nothing really too stand out, but overall pretty solid. Richie Smallwood, I thought, had a couple of shaky moments in the game. There were a chance he gave away in the second half, which they should have definitely scored from at 2-0. He just passed the ball straight to their striker, went round Harry Lewis, and thankfully his shot did go wide in the end. Picked up a stupid booking as well early on. One of them where the referee blows the whistle. He has time not to kick the ball away, and he just decides to absolutely smash the ball away. He's done it a few times now, and his discipline from that point of view is quite disappointing, but I thought he did well to obviously not get himself sent off. Gilead, absolutely brilliant. Lots of energy in that midfield and some good quality on the ball as well. Was unlucky not to score. He picked up the ball in the second half, cut in from the left side, got a shot off on the right foot, and it was a pretty decent save from their keeper. I think that was our only other shot on target, which didn't end in a goal. Jamie Walker, I thought his all-round play was brilliant, but his finishing was actually quite poor. He had 2 or 3 really, really good opportunities, which he just absolutely squandered and blazed. He went for far too much power rather than accuracy. Obviously, he gets another goal. I think that's 5 for him now so far this season, which is obviously very promising, and it's good that other players are scoring other than Andy Cook, like what it was last season. Obviously, great for Andy Cook to get another goal. I thought sometimes his all-round play was poor, then it was really good. It's really confusing what you're going to get with Andy Cook at the moment, and Tyler Smith, for me, not really involved in the game all too much. We was making the runs in behind, but we couldn't quite find him. And obviously, the substitutes, Osadibe, as a striker, I mean, I guess he did his best playing out of position, lost the ball a few times, but gets a pre-assist, I guess you would call it, for the 3rd goal. Clark Adore, not really on for long enough to really affect the game, but was obviously involved in the 3rd goal, and Sam Stubbs was literally on for a matter of minutes, so we can't really comment too much on him. But obviously, great to get another win, great to achieve back-to-back league wins and 3 wins in a row now in all competitions, and fingers crossed we can build on that. We get the Saturday rested, we go into the game in the EFL Trophy against Liverpool, look to win that one, build on it some more, and we go into that Salford game with a lot of confidence. I'm going to leave it there then for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try to 80 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We are now on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed. If you haven't already, with that post notification bell on, it's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in on tonight's 3-0 win against Forest Green Rovers down in the comment section down below. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Peace. Channel memberships are now cheaper than ever, with tier 1 costing just 99p. Tier 2 has been reduced from $3.99 a month down to $1.99 a month, and tier 3 has been reduced from $8.99 a month down to just $4.99 a month. Your support, as always, is massively appreciated, and the more members that we have, the better the content will be. Enjoy the rest of the video.